What is good, guys? Welcome back to another major unboxing video. Love doing these types of videos because it lets me give you guys a quick look at a lot of the sneakers I've picked up because they definitely deserve to be talked about. We got 8 shoes to talk about from 7 different brands, including one of the cleanest pairs from Nike I've seen this year. So without further ado, let's go. Let's start it off with the Nike Airship in the Diffused blue colorway. These released as part of a pack known as the Every Game Pack. There was also a red colorway, and these might be the most confusing Nike release of the year because the first time we saw the shoe, it looked like this. It was supposed to be a collaboration with BMX rider Nigel Sylvester. It even had Bike Air written on the back. Turns out that those were just a friends and family release. And these right here are supposed to be the official version of the shoe. And the reason why this pack is called the Every Game Pack is because of a superstition of Michael Jordan's. He used to actually wear his University of North Carolina shorts underneath his Chicago Bulls uniform in every single game because they were, as he called it, his lucky shorts. If you guys ever watched the first Space Jam movie, there was even a whole storyline about this.
Well, time to go. Did we get everything? The shorts! In it?
But getting back to the shoes, these are a super clean pair, a really nice summertime colorway. I really feel like this model, the Nike Airship, really gets slept on because there have been a lot of really clean colorways that have released that seem to not be selling out and even going on sale. These, however, did sell out, and for a very good reason. The materials are really nice on this. It really adds to the whole vintage look. You're getting some cracked leather on the upper, similar to what we saw with the Aime Jordan ones. And we get some nice suede done in that diffused blue color on the swoosh, as well as on the ankle collar of the shoe, and it's a very hairy suede, and it does feel quite soft and nice when you touch it. I do like that extra bit of texture that it adds to the shoe. Loving the whole vintage vibe with the shoe, especially you can see that sail midsole, that aged midsole, and also have a look at the outsole. You get this worn out looking outsole similar to what we saw with the Lost and Found Jordan ones. Love the 2 lacing options they give you with the shoe as well, the blue as well as the cream. Honestly, I can't really decide which one looks better. Let me know in the comments. Also, really love the box on this. You'll notice that the box starts off white on the left side and then moves more towards yellow on the right, symbolizing, I guess, what Nike Airships and Jordan 1s, how they yellow over time. I love how they've shown that on the box. Just a very clean looking box. This was just a very, very nice release. I can't really say it was slept on because it did sell out, at least this blue colorway did. If you've never worn a pair of Airships before, for me, they fit exactly the same as Jordan 1, so go with your true size. Really like this colorway a lot. Just think about how nice these are gonna look with a nice blue denim jacket or some blue jeans. Really one of the cleanest pairs to drop this year, in my opinion. Let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think about the Nike Airship in this diffused blue colorway. The next pickup is the New Balance 1906R collaboration with Aime Dore. A lot of people were really hyped to get these. I'll be honest, I wasn't one of those people. I even went as far as to say that this was my least favorite New Balance and ALD collaboration. Although I will admit that they do look much better in person. The main reason why I wasn't feeling these is because I thought they looked way too similar to a lot of general release colorways of the 1906. And it's also a bit of a preference thing, even though I really like green on sneakers. For some reason, this shade of green for me is just not working on the shoe. I felt like it worked much better on the 860s. They do come with some nice extras though. They come with this pretty cool suede dust bag. And you also get these pretty funky looking laces, which are officially called shore laces. And the colorway is not terrible. These shoes do look pretty nice for the summer, and they do pair quite well with a pair of shorts. But overall for me, for an Aime Dore collab, these are pretty forgettable. Sorry, that is just my opinion. It may sound a bit harsh, but it is what it is. Let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think of this pair? Next, we got one of the cleanest pairs of Asics to drop this year. This is the Asics 1130 collaboration with Japanese brand HAL Studios. This is the second collaboration between the 2 brands, and the first one dropped a few years ago, and just have a look at what they go for right now on the resale market. The color combination on these goes so well, and the inspiration for it came from Japanese forests and the different Shinto shrines you find within them. You got a bunch of different materials used on the upper here, including shaggy suede, leather, as well as mesh, symbolizing all of the different terrains you would find in these forests, and this big hit of orange on the midsole that represents those orange Shinto shrines. From a colorway point of view, all these different earth tones with that hit of orange. Huge fan of these. Very comfortable pair of shoes as well. These did sell out very quickly. If any of you guys managed to cop a pair, let me know in the comments. Next, I'm gonna talk about maybe my favorite pair of shoes from this entire video. This is the Salomon XT6 Expanse collaboration with Liang. Now, if you you don't know who Sandy Liang is, she is a designer based out of New York. She's known for making some of the dopest fleece jackets on the market, and she's regularly featured Salomon releases on her fashion runway shows. Salomon noticed this, of course, reached out to her, and the both of them combined to create this collab. And the results, well, these shoes are just beautiful in my opinion. We got that really nice pink purplish color, which actually was inspired by Pokemon, specifically Jigglypuff. Yes, that Pokemon that puts its opponents to sleep by singing to them. And you guys might be familiar with the Salomon XT6 already. Well, this is the XT6 Expanse, which is a slightly different version. I would say that this is more of like a traditional sneaker. You'll notice that it has normal laces on the shoe rather than those hiking style laces you typically get on most XT6s. And also you'll notice all of the different panels on the shoe are clearly separated. Like you can see the separation between the synthetic panels and the mesh panels. Like I would even say from a looks point of view, I prefer the XT6 Expanse over the regular XT6s. And there was actually a second pair of shoes that released as part of this collaboration. These are the Sandy Liang Salomon RX Mach 3.0, which is pretty much a very lightweight slip-on shoe. You got some Sandy Liang branding on this. In fact, this colorway was also inspired by our Pokemon, but I cannot remember which one. But the craziest thing about this release to me is the resale prices of these sneakers, because if you have a look at what these are going for right now, these are going for even higher prices than that recently released Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low, which is absolutely insane for a pair of Salomon. So big congratulations to Sandy Liang for a very successful collaboration. Next, we got a pair of Adidas Sambas that as soon as I saw pictures of these, I knew I absolutely had to get them. This is the Adidas Samba in the Collegiate green colorway. And these are pretty unique for a pair of Sambas, because one of the main differences between Sambas and Gazelles is that Sambas are always made out of leather and Gazelles are always made out of suede. However, this Samba is actually made out of suede, and it looks so good in this green color. And they use some really nice suede here too, about as good as you can expect for a shoe in this price range. But really what I love the most about the shoe is the colorway, the green combined with those white stripes. You get green laces, also some white laces too. The only thing I probably don't like is that gray mud guard. It could have done without it, but I do like these a lot. Got these in my girlfriend's size, also a pair in my size, which hasn't been shipped yet. From a looks point of view, I've always thought that Sambas looked better than Gazelles, but what I liked about Gazelles was the materials. I prefer the suede on those. So having a pair of Sambas made out of suede in a green color, yeah, this was pretty much an auto cop. Next, we got a pair of Oakleys. I recently talked about the Oakley Flesh sandals. Well, this is another model. This is the Oakley Factory Chop Saw. It's a pretty crazy looking shoe they released alongside Brain Dead as part of their factory team project. I got the black colorway. We also had another one drop, which was the olive pair. And this shoe is pretty much the definition of a love it or hate it type of sneaker. Of course, as you can tell, I love these. These are absolutely wild looking, especially have a look at that outsole, that chop saw outsole. Love how the Oakley branding looks on there. The outsole is made out of 50% EVA and 50% rubber. I wouldn't say that these are the most comfortable shoes. There's not a whole lot of cushioning there, but I love the way these look on feet. These look tough. The upper on these is made out of a combination of nubuck and mesh. I'm usually not a big fan of all black sneakers, but because the silhouette on these looks so interesting, I think they look pretty amazing in black. Let me know, guys, what do you think of these Oakley factory chop saws? And last but not the least, we got one of the coolest pairs of Vans to release this year. This is the Vans Old Skool collaboration with Galley Department. Galley Department is a clothing brand based out of Los Angeles that is known for repurposing clothes. They have a very DIY type of aesthetic to their brand, and they've definitely brought that to the Old Skools. That classic Vans stripe that you see on the sides has been given a very fuzzy makeover here, done in red. Also, typically Vans have canvas uppers, but this time they're giving us a leather upper, and I have to say, it is some very, very buttery leather. And it's covered in this all over newspaper-like print, which was actually inspired by punk rock flyers. You got some pretty funky laces as well, done in yellow. They say good luck all over it. The midsole features the brand's logo, and it has like a pre-dirtied look to them. And on the back of the sneaker, the slogan "Art That Kills" is embroidered there, and that is something you see on a lot of different garments from the brand. Even though there's a lot going on here, if you are a fan of gallery department, you really can't hate on these. They stayed pretty true to themselves. And that's pretty much it. Let me know which is the pair that stood out to you guys, and if you enjoy these types of videos. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you haven't already done so, because I am dropping content just like this multiple times a week. Stay up to date with me on all my socials. The links are in the description. Also, make sure you check out my sneaker podcast, The Kickback Pod, available on all streaming platforms. You'll find those links in the description as well. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I appreciate all of you for taking the time to watch this video. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.